All right, I'm feeling a bit lazy, so I don't want to put up the green screen right now since I just got power back. But your design challenge for the next couple of days is to come up with some kind of device, whatever that may be, uh, to alert people or prevent people from touching their face. Because as we all know, with COVID-19, one of the big health recommendations is wash your hands and also don't touch your face, which I personally have a real problem with. So I thought this would be a great thing to give to my students. So your challenge is to write the design brief for this. You can do this in groups. It doesn't just have to be you by yourself. If you want to virtually work with someone in either of my two classes, first or sixth period, that's fine. Make sure that you're both submitting the work. So like, let's look at what we got here. So we've got a design brief. I'm going to make it slightly larger so you can read. And basically, the design brief is for a face touching prevention device. You're a client of the CDC, like that's who wants this. Who is the end user? So who's going to use this product? You guys got to figure that out. I don't think it should be too difficult to see who this would be best for. Designers, who's responsible? This might just be you, but it might be someone in your group as well. Uh, I gave you the problem statement with the outbreak of COVID-19. It is imperative that people try to avoid touching their face. So that's the problem. Like we have a problem. We don't want people touching their face. So what are you gonna do? Like as a design team, you gotta figure like what solution? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna realize it? Like, are we gonna just design it and give sketches? Are we gonna make prototypes? Are we gonna have this and be like, hey, here it is, and you have to build it, and it's gonna cost this much money? Um, you know, things like that. Like the design statement is like, what do you plan to do when you're done with this design? Uh, where do you plan to hand it off? Who's going to use it? Where does it need to go? So that's in there. So you've got to fill this red area into. I gave you some constraints. Feel free to add constraints, but you can only use existing technologies. You can't create a force field around your face. We don't have the technology for that. But you can combine different existing technologies. So you can take like a couple things, like maybe you have a smartwatch and you can use a smartwatch to sync up with some kind of sensor and do something that way. I don't know. I don't want to give you too many ideas. I'm interested to see what you'll come up with. I don't want you to use any latex products because in our district particularly, there is that problem with latex. Um, you still need to have the ability to see or hear. So you can't just put something over a face uh, like a big like dome or bubble and they can't see or hear. So you still need to see or hear. This does not take out augmented reality kind of situations. You might have something to do in there. You have to have the ability to disable whatever this is for eating. So we do have to get food into our mouths at some point. So it should be something when you're thinking of your design that's quick to be able to have people eating. This also kind of leads to putting a big bubble over someone's head. How are we going to do that? If you put like a glass ball over someone's head, does it have a thing where you can pick it up and eat? Is it easy to take off? Is it easy to store? Whatever, you got to think of that kind of stuff. And this should not create any difficulty in a person's daily life. Oof, daily life. All right. So you should do some design sketches, different designs, all sorts of things. Fill up a whole page in your engineering notebook, throw them in here. Then whatever design you or your partner decide to go with, I need you to write out what it is. Like, this is our design, these are the materials it's using, um, all that stuff. So insert your text here, make sure to include materials used, approximate cost, things like that. What other things? What do you think? Distribution, possibilities, etc. And with this approximate cost, that's for manufacture slash sales. So like, what do you think this would cost like to manufacture, and like how could you sell it? Could you make a profit on this without hurting different people, especially first responders? So I'm expecting a decent written response here, And then your final design drawing, this should be a full page in your engineering notebook. It should be annotated, so it should be a nice drawing. You should take time to do your best, tonal shade it. Make sure you do everything you possibly can there, and make sure you're annotating things with explanatory notes. And then optional, if you're feeling bored and you have the space at home to do this, you can create a model or a prototype and submit pictures here. Or if you have a video, upload it with the assignment. So, in this part of the assignment, you could add a video, and maybe I will share that with people if it's okay with you. So this is your design challenge. I wanted to give at least one, that had to do with COVID-19. So here it is. So good luck. I would say maybe spend 1 or 2 days on this. That's what I'd say maybe spend like one day, kind of do your sketches, try to work out exactly what you want to do. And then the second day, just take that day, take your 15, 20 minutes you're spending for tech and make a really good design drawing with your annotations. So like one day you're planning, write it all up, come up with your sketches, 15, 20 minutes on that. Second day, spend maybe 20 minutes doing your really good drawing. Okay? And then optional is optional. If you want something to do, by all means make one. I fully expect to see at least one of you like wearing a dog cone. Um, but I don't really think that's the best design choice. I don't think people would go for it. So good luck. I hope you're all staying healthy, and I'm excited to see what you come up with.